All right. What's up, everybody? We're back again. Coach Potatoes, TJ, Ben, Belf, episode 33, which is the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar episode or the Patrick Waugh episode. Belf, what sport did he play?
Hockey.
Good guess. Larry Bird.
How do you know his guess?
Honus Wagner. Because you should have known it immediately. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, Jose Canseco. Others, but
Really, we're going to put Canseco in there.
Canseco's in the list. Tony Dorsett's in the list.
Tony Dorset was a beast.
Terry Gant from NASCAR is in the list. So
Okay.
If it weren't for
any NASCAR drivers should not be in that list.
So,
If it weren't for Liar Liar, I would never know who Jose Canseco was. Continue.
that's all you
Welcome
know.
to our sports
That's who he is. Yeah, so welcome to our sports podcast. Today we're going to cover, I guess, a couple different topics with some sports that we don't really talk about. We are going to get into the Masters. Tiger's career comeback, winning his 15th major at the Masters. Fifth Green Jacket?
Masters, yeah.
We're also going to get into UFC 236 and the ESPN Plus fiasco, I guess it is.
We got some words.
Bill has some words on the ESPN Plus UFC partnership. Granted, it is their first one, but Bill's going to go off on them for a little bit.
Not the best
And
start.
then we'll try to walk him back from the ledge. And then we'll go into our top 5 sports announcers that we kind of teased last week. We're not going to guess this week because we're, there's just so many that I don't think it would be worth our time to guess. So, but first we're going to start off with the guy who's getting paid, I guess, more money than anyone in the NFL now?
Yep, highest paid player.
Russell Wilson, $140 million over 4 years, $65 million guaranteed. I think TJ said $35 million annually.
Yep.
Can't spell annually without anal. So.
Well, it's not
That was
in
the
one
weirdest
word,
transition
but
ever. That was just the strangest transition to start talking about this.
Well, that's what the Seahawks are going to be getting pounded because if there's one. Granted, I'll start this off with how I feel about this.
please do.
One, I think Russell Wilson is probably. You can make the argument that he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. For Russell, he should have technically 2 Super Bowls. He has one, and they should have won one.
Right.
They
Not
should have
because
won
of him, because of...
Well, because of shitty play call, but technically kind of because of because he threw it. But
They could have done their bread and butter, which was run it
Yeah.
at the time.
regardless, he should have 2 Super Bowls. That being said, we've seen now the kind of transition in the league is where if you pay your quarterback a shit ton of money and the rest of your team is ass, you don't do that well.
True.
And they literally just paid him a ton of money. So the Patriots are kind of the anomaly because Brady repeatedly takes pay cuts to keep paying people around him to be good. But other than that, Mahomes is on a rookie deal. Goff's on a rookie deal. Like some of the bigger teams last year. What?
You better stay on a rookie deal forever.
Just forever on a rookie deal.
Forever.
He's not going to be on there forever. You're going to eventually have to pay him.
Well, if he plays like he played, then no. He shouldn't get paid that much. But.
Keep going.
So, and then obviously Breeze is kind of the anomaly because I think he makes a ton of money. But regardless, the Seahawks have now tied up a ton of their cap in just Russell Wilson. And while I think he is very good, I think a lot of his previous success was due to the fact that their run game was so dominant. And while he's still been effective here recently, the Seahawks, I don't think have been a Super Bowl contender in a few years.
This past year, they were a surprise to get into the playoffs.
Right.
They did, but people were kind of shocked that they put that together.
Well, the whole Legion of Boom is gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they kind of have a new one starting with the Griffin brothers, and they still have Wagner, they still have good pieces. They kind of have a running back by committee. It's just they're going to be in a division this year that if Kyler Murray gets drafted by the Cardinals, might be one of, if not the most competitive division in football.
In the history of the Arizona Cardinals, they've only been relevant 2 years. I'm not worried about that.
Regardless, the
Niners getting healthy.
49ers will be
I'll
healthy.
give the Niners that. I'll give the Niners
The Rams are obviously good, and the Seahawks are always tough. So there's not very many leagues where you can say 3 people legit have a chance to win the division.
I don't know if I'd say 3 have a chance to win the division. I mean, I think the Rams are probably clear-cut going to win it. But they could at least cause some noise.
The last game I watched Goff play, he couldn't fucking beat a high school football team. So,
Well, that game was a Super Bowl, so
Well, they don't rely solely on him, regardless.
and they do. You're right, they don't. But they also rely on a guy who now has arthritis. So they have arthritis and fucking noodle arm leading the offense. So.
poodle arm.
No poodle arm. But
my thing is that you said it to begin with. You could make an argument that he's potentially a top 5 quarterback in the league. I would think it would be a tough argument, but you can put him in there.
I should rephrase it. I don't think he's top 5, but I think you could make the argument.
Right. But my thing is
top 5.
now he's the highest paid player in the league. I don't think if you can't even make a concrete argument the guy's a top 5 player at his own position, how the hell is he the highest paid player in the league? I'm a Russell Wilson fan. I mean, I like Russell Wilson. He's a good player and he's a good guy. All that type of stuff. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, he led the league in touchdowns. Now, granted, it wasn't 60. It was 30 or something like that. It was a kind of a down year as far as touchdown passes are concerned. But, he did. I mean, he did it. So I won't take it away from him. But it's just I feel
like that's how the quarterback position is. With the exception of Rodgers and Breeze, top 10 are not that good.
Okay. All right. Slow down a little bit.
The top 10 to get paid are Stafford, not in the top 10.
Oh, the ones that are getting paid. Okay.
Yeah, the top 10 paid quarterbacks.
I thought you meant the top 10 QBs.
No,
only 2 of them are good.
No,
I
meant the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks.
Gotcha.
I think only Breeze and Rodgers I'd put in the top 5.
You wouldn't put Matt Ryan up there?
In the top 5? You put him ahead of Mahomes and Brady?
No, and my top 5 is Breeze, Brady, Luck, Mahomes,
Rodgers.
There you go. Those are my. That's not a specific order. I'm just saying those are my 5.
But I'm saying Brady's not. I don't think Brady's in the top 10 quarterbacks getting paid.
I think we looked at this one time.
We did.
I know for a fact the top 5.
I think he makes
are not
15
in the
or 16
playoffs.
mil or something like that.
I'm gonna say maybe only 2 in the top 10 made the playoffs.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
I think it was 2.
Probably am wrong.
And that's because Matt Cousins is in the top now.
Cousins, Stafford,
Matt Ryan,
Aaron
Rodgers,
Garoppolo.
All these guys were in the top 5 to 10. Players paid, not making the playoffs. So I don't know. Good for Russell Wilson. He got paid, but I do wonder.
So yeah, here you go. This was in 2018. Rodgers was making the most, 33.5. Matt Ryan was second, 30 million. Kirk Cousins was third, 28 million. Garoppolo's fourth, 27.5 a year. Stafford's 5. Breeze is 6. Derek Carr is 7. Luck is 8. Alex Smith was 9, and Flacco was 10.
So only 2. Only 2 made the playoffs.
Only 2 made the playoffs.
Flacco technically,
yeah,
right
even though he didn't. But of Bill's top 5, only 3 of the 5 are in the top 10 getting paid: Rodgers, Luck, and Breeze. Because Mahomes is on a rookie deal, and Brady is.
Was he 16?
Brady's not even in the 5th top. This only does top 15, and Brady's not on the list.
Yeah, I thought he was on the later
Russell
half,
was
but in the teens still.
Russell was 11. Roethlisberger's 12. Eli's 13. Rivers is 14, and Newton is 15.
Yeah, because Brady was only making 15 mil a year or something like that.
Yeah.
No, well, I say that loosely. Only making 15 mil, but
still, you see the teams that pay their 2 of the teams that pay their quarterback shit ton of money didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
or only 2 made the playoffs
because it's still technically outside the top 5. It's still a good amount, but it's not top 5 amount.
And the I think the one discrepancy is Rodgers deserves all the money in the world, but the rest of their team is just not good either, and they don't have a ton of money. But the other problem that if you've been watching from the beginning, is that Packers also had too much money tied up in players that aren't good anymore. Clay Matthews,
but he's gone.
Yeah, so which is why though might be good this year. They have money they can spend on other people.
He's with the Rams, so don't be putting that. He's a curse on my team.
I'm not saying he was a curse. Just you guys are paying him what he's worth now, which is not very much.
He's paid $6 mil.
True. For 2
the Packers
years,
were paying him like he was Von Miller in his prime. Still.
Yeah. Any consolation to Russell Wilson, I wanted him out of the division. I recognize him as the biggest threat to my Rams, him and the Seahawks. But I thought it was weird because I get what he's done for them, but during his era, I think more people would.
Didn't you?
What was that?
Please continue.
I would say more people.
It's scratch from a DJ.
Of course, when I ask you to say you don't, and then when I start talking, you do. That's great. During his, God, I hate you. I hate you so much. Get out. Get out. Smack your
Go ahead, I'm done.
brothers. Smack your fucking Dutch brothers on the carpet.
It's your carpet.
Your Dutch brothers. I'll give you a Dutch oven. All right. During Russell Wilson's
Urban Dictionary,
reign,
that if you don't know what it
I
is.
think more people would recognize the name Legion of Boom or Beast Mode. There's a reason why they have nicknames, and Russell doesn't. I'm not saying he never contributed. Dangerous. Oh, that's a good one. Fuck.
Have you ever heard that?
I have, but I forgot about it.
Well,
That's what he has is all his Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah,
and stuff.
that is pretty clever. Yeah. But all I'm going to say is I wouldn't say he was the just focal point of the success of the teams that he's had that's gone to the playoffs, gone to the Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl. So I thought it was weird that they just blew all their cash on him. I think it's more of they gave him what he deserved, not what they're going to get from him going forward. Exactly what the Jags did for Foles. They're not going to get to those performances that he gave to the Eagles in Jacksonville. It's not going to happen. They paid him what he's done. They're not paying for what he's going to do, which is nothing. Well,
I don't know.
Foles, Russell Wilson might get back to the playoffs, but I don't see him.
I agree that I think
He needs more
that may
than
be
this
the
team.
logic that is behind it. I just don't know if that is the amount that is deserved.
So that
In their eyes, yes. He's probably their
Problem
best
is,
quarterback they've ever had in history.
that's just the way the
ever.
position goes, though. Everybody that's the next one up is always going to be the next highest paid one.
He's not the next one up, though. He's been there for a while.
Yeah, but he's only had one deal, and he needed an extension. So, like, he was the next one up. Whereas, like, the next time, like, Luck comes up,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be a lot. And then when Mahomes comes up, it's going to be a shit ton.
Well, Luck
And
where he got paid. Mahomes, who's the one who
Mahomes' deal is going to
Buku,
be nuts.
So, and then that's the problem with it. The Chiefs are. So there's also something to be said of, it's still obviously the teams want to win, but you have to run it as a business where it might be, more cost effective in the long run to pay Russell Wilson and have a chance to make the playoffs every year, and people are still coming to watch you play. Then you don't pay him, and then you sit in this like lull of just drafting rookies that suck, like Tampa Bay's been in for the last 20 years. You know what I mean? It was like so.
Hey, they had Fitzmagic.
Yeah, they don't have him anymore. They still have fucking Jameis wins none.
Because Magic made all their wins disappear.
So we'll see. The only other thing I saw is that people wanted him to go to New York.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to New York because through the grapevine, Sierra wanted to move to New York.
Oh, I'm sure.
So honestly, for him, it was a win-win situation. He couldn't have lost. Either he stayed in Seattle and got this contract, which obviously he did, or he went to the Giants, who were just fucking begging for anything and everything, and they would have paid him that amount, if not more, to be honest. How shitty they're doing.
Maybe.
So it was a win-win for him. So I mean, good for him to putting him in that position. I don't know. I think he deserved more money. That's kind of a lot. I don't know about that, but
Well, yeah, I'm
deserved
in
more
agreement.
money.
He needed more money. He should have got a big deal, but I would have thought he got a deal probably similar to like what Foles got, maybe a little higher. In that
Yeah, Foles
upper
got a good
80s to
deal,
90s,
yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
4 years
Yeah.
was it?
I mean, I think Foles is 2 years older. But I mean, the problem is that you can say that and you're like, well, Foles won a Super Bowl and he only got this, and then Russell Wilson goes to counter and like, well, Kirk Cousins sucks dick and he got this.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You look at the top five, suck.
Yeah.
They're making more than me. Give me a break. With the exception of Rodgers.
Yeah.
But he's like, I got you guys to the playoffs again. Look at those
And we
top
beat
five.
Rodgers. And
There you go, yep.
Yeah. So
And I'm not getting paid anywhere near these guys who were just sitting their asses during the playoffs.
And Jimmy G's laughing on his way all the way to the bank.
Damn it. I meant to do the playoffs, but that worked.
wow.
That was Kawhi, not Jimmy G.
I think they realized that was Kawhi, not Jimmy G. They'll just have Jimmy G on demand on our soundboard.
Yeah, Jimmy G got paid and then he used it on porn stars.
He's the ultimate genius. You don't have to fucking play it down. You got 27 mil, went on a date with a porn star.
Oh, I got a porn star because he got injured for eating turf. Because he fell down? All right. Never mind. All right. Sorry, I'm funny. You guys don't get it.
Please end it.
Jeez.
All right. We're moving on.
We're moving on.